Good morning. It's Thursday, January 12th, 2022. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Wudang Qigong. We have the foundation sets this morning, sets 1 through 9. I'm going to review just a little bit each of the movements as we go through as a starting point for 2023. Let's get started. One of the things that I've been doing in the sessions all week is talking about the basic stance, basic placement of the feet, what we're doing through the lower part of the body that creates the root that gives us the stability and the flexibility that we want in all of our movements. It also helps us to open up the center in the ball of the foot, the base of the foot here, the Yungchuan, the bubbling well. As we place the foot, grip the ground just a little bit, this pulls up, the heel sinks down. Right? Bend the knee just a little bit so that the foot is in an open, and toes are open, and natural position. One of the keys for everything that we do, everything I do, is that the body position, the body placement, and the way that we move is natural. It's not affected. There's no extra special tension that we want in our movement. We want holding tension, but not that bunching tight. No, don't do that. All right? Particularly not for Qigong. All right. One of the things that I do, and we're going to do right now, is this basic stretch. It's a full body stretch that is also a Qigong set. It works the large heavenly circle, so up the back, round the front. That circle should be smooth and complete, and it should be as full as possible. Now, not everybody has the flexibility. I have had to work at it. There have been times when I've had an injury or I've had something else that I'm not going to do. I can't do that. I just can't. It's not going to happen. What to do? This idea of stretching so that I have a full body circle. Knees are bent. Knees are not straight. Knees are bent. I have a full body circle. And I can go back the other way, right? That circle needs to be full and complete. The extent of the movement how far I can go over, bend the knees, bend through the hips, and stretch up, elbows drop down, come back to center. That extent of movement has value. It does. The value comes through that smooth, continuous extension, which, as I just showed, I can have here just as easy as here. Now, the cliche, just as easy, neither one is easy. That smooth, continuous movement takes practice. It does. 3 times. With the extent of movement that you have, open the arms, drop the shoulders, hand circle the front, And back around to both sides. Up along the center line. Shoulders down and relaxed, arms slightly curved, and reach out. Again. Smooth and continuous, no stopping. Once the movement starts, it doesn't stop. One more time. Yeah. Elbows drop down, wrists, fingertips, and return to your sides. This same idea that once we start, we don't stop, carries to our Qigong practice. Every movement has the beginning, the middle, and the end. At the end of each movement, we start the next movement. At the end of the breath, we start the next breath. As I exhale, once I've fully exhaled, I have to inhale. That's the way it works. All right. As we develop the skill to control the breath, to manage the physical breathing, this is my lungs, open and close from the bottom, right back here, open and close, that smooth, continuous movement of the breath. Small heavenly circle, the large heavenly circle, and the tiny heavenly circle in the lower Tantian. So, lower Tantian, from the lower Tantian, up the back and down the front, from the Yongchuan through the heel, up the back and down the front. All three at the same time, as we're paying attention to the breathing, as we're paying attention to the physical movement that we're doing. The first movement in Wudang Qigong, begin at extreme emptiness, is just that. It gives us that very simple exercise at the beginning that allows us to pay attention to all of the circles, as well as the inner breath, the qi, that circulates with the physical breath. All right, feet about shoulder width apart. Ladies, right hand on the outside. Gentlemen, left hand on the outside. Both hands connect the lao gong in the center of the palm and the lower dantian. Knees are bent. They are not straight, not stiff. Bent just a little bit. We're going to bend them a little bit more. As we breathe in, both hands come up. As we breathe out, the hands turn over and the thumbs can press against the chest just slightly, just a little, as you press down. And the hands turn over again, and we breathe in again. And one more time, breathe out. Each time as we breathe out, bend the knees a little bit more, so that the breath continues through the whole body. Sink into the heel. As you sink down, press the breath down to the lower dantian, pull up to the middle dantian, and down. 2 more times. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in one more time. Hands separate, down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. That cycle. Press down, breathe out, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels, as I press down, look at my heels, right? Just a little bit. It's this pressing down that pushes my body up, okay? It's not, all right? This is raise my heels, drop the heels. No, no, don't do that. It's subtle. If you don't feel that you're pushing up, then don't raise the heels. It's, you need to raise the heels. I'm going to say that a different way. Excuse me. Well, I'm trying here. Hang on. Okay. Maybe not. As we're practicing, at the end of our practice, as we push down here, this push down, raise the heels, and lower. That raising the heels, that sense that we're pushing down and pulling up at the same time. This pushes down, this goes up. As if there's something here that I could push on, and it's going to push my body up. That sense is what we want, okay? So we don't want raise the heels this way. We want, that's releve from dance. It's, you know, go up on your ball of your foot. No, this is much more subtle, and the reason, the way it was explained to me by the Yuzan, is that as we raise the heel and then lower it, we actively are able to help the chi circulate. So if the circulation is getting stopped through one of the channels, it's not flowing quite well, this lowering will help bring it over the top. That, it does work that way. That little bit of a bounce, just a little tiny bit. It's not, no, it's subtle. All of our Qigong is subtle, okay? So we're not, no, we don't. There are Qigong systems that would, hard Qigong systems that do require certain things. We don't use that, and I don't teach that. So, all right, set 2. Pushing the mountain. Again, feet about shoulder width apart, palms up, press out, pull in, and down. As the palms come up, my hands are here. Okay? No? Yes. No? Yes. This little bit of space between the upper arm and the upper chest needs to be there all the time. The arm needs to be able to move. If my arm can't move. Okay? We do tend to keep our arms in, you know, don't get your elbows out, right? That sense of keeping your arms in but leaving space so that there is that your hand width of space right here. So if you put your hand here and you close your arm and you take your hand out, that's the amount of space that you want to have through your arm all the time. As we bring the arms up, fingertips are out. Not this way, here. Okay, elbows down. As the forearm turns over, notice that my arm, we can see this, right? Hands turn over, push out. As I push out, I'm going to open the lagong. This finger is going to pull back just a little bit. Just a little. It's not here. No. Just a little. Just enough that you can feel this center open. Just enough. It's not the pointy finger. Okay? There are techniques that use this. This is eagle. It's used. That's not what we're doing. It's not. Just a little. As we pull in, that focus changes to the heart channel, the middle finger here, so that this finger pulls in just a little bit. Right? As we push out, first finger pulls back just a little to open the lagong. As we pull in, the middle finger pulls in to pull in through the heart channel. Breathe in. Breathe out, sink. Keep the back open. Bend the knees, keep the knees over the toes. Breathe in and breathe out. Pay attention to the hand. Breathe in. Again, that hand position. And breathe out. Keep the back straight. Bend through the knees, not through the not through the waist. Keep the hip open so that as the knee bends, the hip doesn't have to do anything. Allow the leg to move within the hip socket. Your hip isn't doing anything, really. My hips aren't doing anything. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Keep going. Push. And pull in. Sink. Return to the lower dantian. Pay attention to the Yong Chuan. Pull up. And extend. 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in 1 more time. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hands turn over, down along both sides, breathe out, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Stay there, breathe in, breathe out. That cycle of the breath at the end of a movement, at the end of the set, gives us the opportunity to remember what we've just been doing and to readjust to what we need to go do next. That sense of quiet, focus on the breath only, pay attention to the inner energy, pay attention to the inner breath, the qi, pay attention to the physical breath. All of these things we want in our practice. We take them with us when we finish practice, but we don't necessarily want to walk around in the I'm breathing now state, right? So as we finish, we stop. We start, we stop, right? I'm going to start my practice now. This is what I'm going to do in my practice. While I practice, I'm going to develop these skills. I'm going to work on these abilities. When I finish my practice, I'm going to keep everything that I just did. I'm going to keep it. I didn't want to practice and just throw it away. I'm going to keep it. But I'm not practicing anymore. I'm going to stop practicing. I'm going to go do something else. That cycle of the breath at the end. Stay there. Breathe in, breathe out. Gives us that moment to return to what we're doing today. Put away our toys. And all the things that we take out and we're working with during practice, we put away our toys. And now it's time to go back out into whatever world it is we're in. All right? That moment makes a difference. It does. All right, third set, and this will be the last one for today. This is not the last of the 9, but as I'm reviewing each of the movements a little bit, it takes a couple minutes longer. All right. Set 3. Wild Goose flying. Hands up along both sides, down to the knees. Pull up through the back, open the arms, and extend outward. Raise the heels and lower. Right. This is very much flying. This is that feeling of ballon that is the in dance as we jump, that ability to stay airborne is called ballon. That is not something that I was ever really able to do. That staying airborne, no. But I've always been pretty grounded, so if I'm grounded, I'm good. But if I'm airborne, no, didn't work for me. I know people that can do that and did it really well in their younger days. I know there are people today who can jump and stay up in the air. They suspend really well. We want that kind of feeling as we go up. That as we breathe in, as the arms expand through the back and extend outward, that everything goes up. As we settle, notice my fingertips out here, fingertips. It's not here. As I go up, it's here, and then down, right? This settle down. If you watch any nature show, if you watch a large bird flying, right? The wings go up and the wingtips. This is what the wingtip does. We want that sense that the whole arm and the hand are connected and flowing with the movement. As the hands come up along both sides, we can pay attention a little bit more to the front. We can pay a little bit more attention to the back, and we can pay a little bit more attention to coming up along both sides directly. To the front, internal organs, stomach, spleen, liver, okay? In the back, kidneys, so that as we are practicing, the warmth that we generate through the labum, as we're developing qi, that flow can be used as a gentle massage internally, extending that energy through the body. Hands come up. The shoulders don't come up with, right? Shoulders stay down, hands come up. How far can my arms come up? Well, it depends on how much flexibility I have here in my shoulder. I might only get to here. I can come up to here. But know this. No, don't. The shoulders stay down. Only the arms. Okay? as we bend, this raise and lower, raise up, and as we come up, that little bit of a sense of raising the heel, allowing the heel to come up. It's not push the foot up. This is push the foot up. No, don't do that. Allow it just a little bit, not a lot, just a little, okay? As we settle, make sure to return the heel solidly to the ground. Palms up, breathe in, breathe out, sink down. Hands to both sides, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. Up along the sides, down to the knees, extend up, reach out as you extend up and down. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep the back straight, open through the hip, pull up through the center, hold through the crown of the head, connect with the hui at the base of the torso. Let the legs move, bend the knee, breathe. Breathe in, open the back and close, breathe out. 2 more, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And last time, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Palms up, breathe in, press down along both sides, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Breathe in. As we press down, just breathe out. Okay? Breathe in, breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Yes. Breathe in. Breathe out. The litany that I use for that. Palms up, press down along both sides, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Has for the last 2 years or so not included the breathe out instruction. This is breathe out. We have set 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 that we are not going to work on today. Set 4 is similar to what we just did, diagonal flying. And we turn to each side. We're going to work on that as well as the ones that we just did and the other sets next week. Tomorrow, we're going to work on the advanced sets, 10 through 18. I'm going to do a similar kind of thing to what I did today, which is to review several of the sets as opposed to trying to practice all of them. We will have class that we practice all of them. Okay? So just keep that in mind. I'm going to try and do a little bit better job this year of flagging the videos so that it's easy to find which one is which. So if you wanted the review of these sets, that it'd be easier to find. And where it's a continuous practice, if that's what you wanted to follow, I would be able to flag that so it's easier to find a little bit later. I appreciate everybody that's been here, and I appreciate all of you that are here now. Thank you.